So a lot of you probably know what the Blue Piston speaker is. It's this really tiny speaker like this. You can connect it via Bluetooth or you can plug it in with an auxiliary cable. And it's quite nice. The sound quality is actually very nice on these things. Now mine, we've had it for what? 3 years? 3.5 years probably, not even 4 years yet. And they're quite expensive. They're not cheap speakers, okay? For how big they are and everything, they're not cheap speakers. Now they are good quality, but the regular price that I've seen is like $40 or $50. I see them often go on sale for like 20. But I'm pretty sure when they kind of first came out, they were like $60 or $70. At least that's what I remember seeing. I could be completely wrong on that and remembering something entirely different. But after having this thing for 3.5 years and using it like basically daily, it has been very awesome. We've had to charge it usually about once every 2, maybe 3 days, depending on how long it's used on a particular day. And it supposedly, I'm pretty sure the instructions say it only takes 2 hours to charge. So, you know, and we'd use it while it's being charged. Nothing in the instructions said you can't use it while it's being charged, and it doesn't disallow you from doing so. Now, what's interesting about this speaker is I always knew when it was about to die. Or at least I figured it out a few months ago, because it would start... this thing supposedly boosts the bass of sounds, okay? Which is quite nice. And when you're using it to watch YouTube videos, and there's a lot of, you know, ups and downs in the volume and everything, where people are screaming 1 second and people are quiet the next, during the louder parts, this thing would start clipping. It would start making a horrible, disgusting sound, like it was distorting the audio quality. And so I always knew at that point it was about to die. And sure enough, within about a minute, usually 1 to 2 minutes, it would end up cutting out completely, and it'd be like, there we go. So I charge it up and, you know, continue using it. Well, recently we've had to charge it about 2 to 3 times a day, and it has been much worse. Now the audio quality is still pretty good on the thing, but the clipping sounds, they get disgusting. Horribly disgusting. Like, I can't stand it. And what I've noticed now is it doesn't sit flat anymore. Now I took the rubber bottom off of this thing, but it doesn't sit flat anymore. Wanna know why? That's why. You can probably see that little bit of a bump sticking out. If not, you can see it on the reflection and also the cracks. Look at those weird cracks. What the heck is this from? This thing is literally growing a tumor inside of it, and the tumor is expanding and trying to pop itself out. Either that or it's trying to reproduce and have a baby, and maybe we'll end up having a second speaker. I can kind of squeeze it and push it back in, sort of, but you know, it doesn't stay there. It's still, you know, it's still cracked, it's still bulging. Doesn't matter what the heck I do with it. It's starting to like crack around in a circle now as well. And I don't know what's wrong with it. 3.5 years. Okay, 3.5 years. I've never dropped the thing, never thrown it, never, you know, done anything with it that you shouldn't do with it. And it just decides to stop working properly and to start growing a tumor. I also have this little sound snippet that you can listen to what it sounds like when the thing is just plugged in. So yeah, not really the nicest thing, is it? It's always made a bit of noise from just being plugged in. It's always had that like kind of high-pitched sound, hiss for a little bit, and then it usually kind of goes away. And if you put your ear right up to it, then you'll be able to hear something. But you know, it's never been this loud, and the popping is weird, ridiculous. I don't understand what the heck that's all about. So if any of you know what's wrong with the Blue Piston and why it's bulging out like this and making those popping sounds, that would be really wonderful if you could let me know what it is. What I wanted to do for this video is kind of take the thing apart because it's extremely messed up. I mean, like I said, it still works, but I'm honestly worried it's going to end up exploding at some point. Like, if that bulging is from the battery, what came to my mind is that it's the battery for some reason expanding. Maybe the it's like leaking and it's expanding. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm just saying that's what my brain is like worried about. So I kind of want to take the thing apart and see what's inside going on. freaking long are these screws? This is going to be impossible to put back together because of that bulge popping apart on its own. The last one's just going to send it freaking flying. Oh. Okay. I was right. That is a damn battery. Well, okay, I feel suddenly very unsafe. So, I don't know if touching that's really the best idea, but there you go. Take a look at that. That silver packet thing right there, that is the battery. And it is actually expanding. That is quite literally what's going on. I'm a little worried about this now, and I feel a little bit unsafe. Like, I don't even know how you would disconnect it or replace the battery anyway, and I don't want it to frickin' explode in my face. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't think you can really replace that battery. I think it's completely screwed. I feel unsafe. I'm gonna put this back on, and I'm going to toss this thing into the trash basically immediately. Actually, no, I'm not. I can't put it in the trash because that's. I don't even want to put this thing back on. Like, I'm seriously worried right now. I am scared now seeing that thing is going to frickin' explode in my face. Alright, well, I'm going to call this a hazard, and I should probably take this somewhere to have it disposed of properly. Well, hey, I got 3 free screws out of the deal. I would love to take the thing further apart, but with that thing expanding like that, I'm scared. Okay, well, now that I'm done that, let me know what your experience is with the Blue Piston thing, speaker. And if you've had a similar thing happen to you. I'm a little upset. I mean, okay, I will say, when we got the speaker, here's the speaker, isn't it beautiful? It's just a freaking tinfoil ball. When we got the speaker, we got it for free. Our wireless phone provider at the time was giving them out for free for certain plans or something like that. Or maybe they just gave us one just as a bonus gift or something. I don't know. Whatever the case, we got it for free. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good speaker. But now with that happening, I'm kind of changing my mind and I don't really care much for it. So I'm going to be looking for a newer, better speaker now. Something that's small. Mom did from her work, she ended up getting a free speaker thing that for some reason its voice is in Chinese instead of English. And it can be used apparently as a radio as well, but it's also really mean. When the battery starts dying, it cuts out all sound that's coming through, and it says, battery low, please recharge in time, or something like that. And it gets more and more frequent, and it takes so long to say this that whatever the heck you have going on using the thing for the sound as a speaker, it just runs through it. So it's like you missed, if we use it to watch a YouTube video, so we miss like 10 seconds of a YouTube video because of this thing telling me that it needs to be charged. So that one's also quite annoying, and it's starting to make me angry, and I'm back to using just my laptop speakers, which are not very good. Anyway, I guess that's it. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate that that speaker has decided to die, and I will not be purchasing another Blue Piston speaker. Not only are they too expensive, right now, like I said, I think they're on sale at some places for like 20 bucks or something, but if the sale has ended, then it's 40 or 50, so no thank you. That's way too expensive to have this happen after 3.5 years. Now, if you, like me, are going to be searching for a new speaker, something small and compact, and you want to possibly save a little bit of money from it or get some cash back, there is a referral link in the description below. There are 2 of them. One is for Canada and the other is for US. If you are outside these countries, you could probably still use it, but you will be purchasing from either a Canadian or a US website. So keep that in mind, but just because you're outside those two countries does not mean that you cannot sign up to the site, I don't think. If it doesn't work, then I apologize. I don't really know. I'm in Canada, so I don't know if people from Slovakia or Finland or China can use it or not. But I'm sure that there are some websites that are in Canada or the US, like Amazon for example, that can ship to other countries. I'm pretty sure. So give it a try. It is for ebates.ca or ebates.com, and I've been using it for about a year now, and they're really great. You get your cash back deposited into your account, and then I think you can get a payout via PayPal or some other things as well. So yeah, it's quite nice. Take a look at it if you wish, and yeah, I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye, and God bless.